So it's Sunday, and after a super busy week, super excited to have a day to kind of take it a little bit slower and figure out what needs to get done next week. Last week was a super busy week, which is a good thing, but as you can tell, the studio's kind of gone to complete chaos. But today I'm going to be filming a live session with my friend Josh, and I figured it would be a good opportunity to test out our new FX9 against our current camera, the Panasonic S1H. It's not something I'm used to, mixing two different types of cameras, but so far I think the footage is going to match up well, and they're both very high quality cameras. But I'm more so interested to see the difference in ergonomics and style of shooting I can achieve with the two different cameras. I plan on using the S1H as the more static angle on the tripod, kind of like the safety angle that I can always cut back to. And the FX9 I will be holding using the shoulder mount system and getting some closer detail shots as well as just a wider variety of shots. So yeah, Josh should be here any minute. We'll get finished setting up and get started.
Colorful and beautiful, I love everything about your soul. I can't believe that you're gone, how I miss being around. Polly, won't you sing for me? Sing for me, Polly, won't you sing for me? Please sing for me, Polly. You fucked me up, and this is not the way that I want it to look, and it's got me fucked up.
As I mentioned, both cameras have outstanding image quality, but each seems to fulfill a different purpose. One of the things I really like about the S1H is that it's heavy enough to be held steady, but it also is a smaller form factor, so it can be used on a gimbal. The FX9, on the other hand, would require a much larger and more expensive gimbal, and many other accessories that I don't have access to. Even though the S1H can be mounted on a gimbal, I often don't due to its poor autofocus. Usually when I'm using a gimbal, I'm trying to get many different shots in as short amount of time as possible, which usually calls for good autofocus. The FX9, on the other hand, has great autofocus, and seeing that it's designed to be shoulder mounted straight out of the box, you can get many different types of shots in a short amount of time, which is great for run and gun shooting. Another thing I like about both cameras is that they have many physical buttons, which speeds up productions, avoiding having to dig through menus to find specific options. They're both also able to be set into shutter angle instead of shutter speed, meaning when you switch your frame rate, your shutter speed will change automatically.
With the FX9 and its functionality as a cinema camera, it makes our handheld shooting a lot smoother. An example of the functionality of the FX9 is this handle right here that goes down and makes it easier to hold when you have it mounted on your shoulder. Before we got the FX9, we rarely did handheld shooting. The S1H was either mounted on a tripod or mounted on a gimbal. Overall, we love both cameras, each for their unique capabilities. Once we use the FX9 more, I'm sure that'll change in the future.